Would it surprise you to find out that Sweden is full of racists? Yes, that's right. These racists decided to test the age of the child migrants who came to Sweden. And it turns out that 3/4 of them were over 18. Of course they fucking were. Of course they were. Swedish border forensics have today announced the results of their first investigations into determining the ages of unaccompanied child migrants. The assessments, which were carried out on 18 females and 563 males, why the disparity? I mean, is it anything to do with the population difference between male and female in the quote-unquote refugees? Concluded that 442 individuals were deemed to be older than 18, 76% of cases. Examinations were carried out by a forensic anthropologist who x-rayed the individuals' wisdom teeth with an MRI and an MRI scan of the knee joint. Their forensic opinion on the age of the individual was then sent to the Swedish Migration Board to be factored into the decision whether or not to grant asylum. Only 134 people were believed to be under 18. There were only 5 cases in which the examiner felt they were unable to make a judgment, which is broadly in line with the standard margin of error. Anne Lemn, project manager for the Medical Age Assessments Lab, said it was difficult to say whether the results would be representative of the entire group of people claiming asylum as children. The board still have at least 4,200 tests to carry out. However, their results are broadly in line with others carried out across Europe. The UK Home Office caused controversy last year after it decided to erect fences around a migrant centre to stop newspapers taking photos of child refugees. Yes, we all remember that, I'm sure. The man who, honestly, I mean, they all had 5 o'clock shadows. These clearly not children, and yet they were literally saying that they were in the papers. And every right-wing paper that said, well, come on, let's be honest, we can look at these people and see these are not children, would be screamed at that they were racist, that they were xenophobes, they just hated these poor child migrants. It's weird how the left is desperate to infantilize these people. This is a grown man who is lying to get into our country, or your country, wherever you are. He's deliberately lying through his teeth after travelling this whole way when he knows he shouldn't, just to get benefit money. And we know that because the ones who don't like it here just go back. For example, thousands of Iraqi refugees are leaving Finland voluntarily. Why? Well, it's too cold. Some say they don't like the food here. It's too cold, or they don't feel welcome in Finland. There's so many reasons. Oh my goodness. I thought you were fleeing a fucking war. I thought you were worried about being killed. Oh, but it is too cold. I'm not a big fan of the food, and the locals aren't as polite as they could be. I don't really feel especially welcomed by them. So maybe I'll just go home, back to my war-torn country. It's obvious bollocks. And this is thousands of them that are returning home. We don't like Finland. Cold, bad food, not very pleasant locals. Just gonna leave. Just fuck it. Maybe we should have gone to Germany instead.